Heel pain after the holiday period. So we see stacks of heel pain after the holiday period. It's January here. And after that Christmas break, everybody has a little bit of a flare up, a bit sore, stuff like that. And it comes up all the time in the clinic. So make sure you watch this video. I'm going to give you some tips on how to get rid of it, why it happens, and so you can be aware of it and what to do moving forward. So part of the reason that we see this, particularly in Sydney and Australia, is that everybody has their holiday period, or most people have their holiday period over that Christmas or holiday festive period. Over that festive period, what we do see is, the term I use is that we see a change of routine. And so what happens is, usually people are super busy over December. Got a little bit of what we term environmental stress. So they're busy, they're stressed about, getting things done, so to speak. And as a result, they tend to tighten up and stiffen up. As a result of that, then they go into the holiday period. They might be a bit more indulgent with food or alcohol or those types of things, which is causing more of an inflammatory response, which is fair enough. And then over that period, they tend to just have different exercise patterns, different types of patterns. It's not that people aren't active, but they're probably not in routine. They're not being quite as healthy, those sorts of things. And as a result, it tightens people up and then it flares people up. And people can get very, very sore. In fact, we find our busiest time of year for new patient inquiries is within that Christmas break. So what we find is that we come back to work and we're flat out. In fact, this year we found that we had about 120 new patient inquiries in the first 3 days of January. So it's pretty crazy in that respect. And one thing that tends to manifest is, a lot of people tend to have plantar fascial irritation through that time. And part of that is because their posterior chain, as in the back of their leg, is tight, and they're just tight in general. And often I suspect there's been something in the background that they haven't been aware of, and then bang, over the holiday period, it really manifests itself. So what I'm going to go through today in this video is how you can help to manage this yourself, and hopefully some helpful tips and what to do if it's just not getting better. So the first one I would do is the Dowel exercise. This is a great exercise for loosening up fascia. It actually loosens you up to 30% up to your neck. And what you do is you walk along it. So just be aware that this one hurts, all right? So when you do it, it will hurt. I'll show you the nice version and then I'll show you the harder version. So I'll go through this now. So the first version is that pop this here, pop 1 foot here. So this is taking some of your weight. No, Frank, this isn't yours. And then what you do is you walk along. Move out of the way. All right. And then you walk your way along, just like that. Yes, good boy, good boy. And then just like that. And so what you're doing is you're pressing your foot on the dowel. What this does is it's loosening up those connective tissues. If you find that's okay to do and you're hardcore and you really want to step it up, then do it this way. So you go to 2 feet at a time. So what you do is you walk along and you stop for 4 seconds wherever it's sore. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. And it's just breaking up those tissues underneath your foot and loosening everything up. Just be aware, I've done this for a long time. It doesn't hurt me anymore. It's very normal that it hurts you. If it doesn't, great. But if it does, be aware it's quite normal, and just be careful with it. If it's excruciating, just do it 1 foot at a time. Just be aware when people say to me, oh, I can't do that, it hurts too much. Remember, you can control the amount of discomfort you're in, and you can put less force through those areas and through those tissues. So that's a really good one to do. So that's that one. The next one is you want to start turning on all those muscles associated with your plantar fascia. And the way I would do this is I'd use a towel, just like this. Pop the towel here. You flex your toes. You go up and down. All right? If you're wondering why we use the towel and why is the towel important, what the researchers showed is that if you flex your big toe, it turns on all of your arch and your ankle muscles, which makes it far more effective. And so that's a really, really great one to do, up and down 10 times twice a day. And then the last one that I would do is just your plain old calf stretches. If you find that these aren't effective, we've got ways we can loosen you up. We can dry a needle, we can manually release you. So if you keep having problems, give us a call and come in and see us. But it's that one. So you're just pushing against the wall and you're holding for 30 seconds. And I'm the first to admit that calf stretching, sometimes the benefits can be limited, but it's worth a crack, particularly if you are tight. You want to loosen up those tissues and get those things going. They'd be the three I would mention that I would recommend. Excuse me, just be aware, anything that lasts longer than about 3 or 4 weeks, you probably want professional advice on. And the other thing to remember as well is even if you have a bit of a niggle, plantar fascia is really, really tough tissue. So what we advise our patients is, provided they're managing it properly, they can usually still be active on it in most cases. So I find for plantar fasciitis, my personal view is that rest isn't a great option. So you can still be active. And I know over that time, particularly where you've been a bit more indulgent, maybe with food or alcohol, you probably want to get out and exercise and clear the cobwebs, so to speak. I know this time of year, most of us want to lose weight, particularly after Christmas, being an indulgent time, and you want to get active. And it's not just about being active, I'm aware of that, but often if we're more active, we have healthier digestive habits, we tend not to drink as much, and we tend not to be as indulgent. So if you do have a bit of niggling pain and it is slowly getting better by stretching, then I think it's fine to exercise in it to a degree. Once again, you've got to remember that this isn't professional advice based on your situation. And if you've got any hesitations, we would strongly advise you to book in for an assessment. We offer a 60% off initial heel pain assessment. So if you want to get it checked out, make sure you check out our website at Sydney Foot Solutions, and we can do an assessment. It's only $40 and you can get professional advice specific to your needs. I hope this video was helpful. I hope you get a lot out of it, and I hope the dowel isn't too painful when you do it.